Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. So I stumbled across this doozy strolling through TikTok. And just to give you the kind of setup, these Florida police officers, whether they're deputy sheriffs or police officers, they pulled over the state attorney for their area of Florida where the traffic stop was conducted. And of course, this was taken from something that came up in my For You page that is basically like, aha, look at the cops being crooked and they're being dirty and she got them. Watch the video. We'll talk about it afterwards.
I've never seen it before. A Florida tag, it's never come back to anything before. So that's the reason for the stop.
What was the tag run for?
I'm sorry?
What was the tag run for?
Oh, we run tags all the time, whether it's the traffic lights and that sort of stuff. That's how we figure out if, cars are stolen and that sort of thing. Also, the windows are really dark. I don't have a tint measurer, but that's another reason for the stop.
Do you guys have cards on you?
Yeah.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
Do you guys have cards on you?
Yeah, 1 second. Actually, this isn't my car, but I can write my name down if you'd like. Ready? There you are.
Now, for those of you that didn't catch what was going on, they pulled her over. When she asked why she was pulled over, they explained to her that when they ran the tag, it came back to nothing. So they pulled her over. And when she asked if they had any contact information, and she did the old "I'm gonna get some money" routine, the comments section and the video itself is like, "Oh, look, oh shit, she got him." Except she didn't. So in the comments, I'll try to post a link to a website that will show you, who knows how long these URLs are sometimes, to a legal website that explains, it kind of touches on everything that I'm talking about here. But to go over everything that happened in the video, first and foremost, they ran the tag came back to nothing. Completely understandable for a newer police officer to pull them over and want to try to figure out what's going on, because you can't run into everything, in your first 5 months of being a cop. You don't run into everything. What they don't understand is, and maybe they learned just now, is that as a police officer, if you run a tag and the tag is not attached properly, or it's an illegal tag or anything like that, it will actually pop up, at least in Florida, it will pop up on the screen and it will show the license plate number, but it'll show under the section of the vehicle it's attached to, it will show nothing. Meaning it's recognizing the tag, but it's not recognizing a vehicle it's attached to. Or if it's got like a suspended tag or anything like that, it'll pop up and it'll tell you that there's a problem with the tag. When you run a tag, Florida has what's called the David system. When you run the tag in David and it pops up and it says no record found, specifically, it doesn't recognize the license plate, it doesn't recognize that it has a history, it just says no record found. For anybody that's been a cop for a decent enough amount of time, that is a bells and whistles red flag that tells you that that is typically a government vehicle. It is either state attorney's office, other law enforcement, things that governors and politicians and stuff like that. That is first and foremost. That's what that tells you about that. So that does not. I mean, in 12 years, I have never seen that happen, and it be anything other than a government vehicle or something of that nature. When there's errors with the tag, that shit does not pop up. So it's completely understandable that somebody that may be on the newer side might pull that person over and not be aware of that. So it's a simple fix. You go, "Oh, I'm sorry, you're the state attorney, your tag should be like that. Have a good day, ma'am, sorry." Instead of being an asshole and making a bigger deal out of it than there needs to be. The next thing is the fact that he also brought up her window tint. So does the statute cover the state attorneys as far as having illegal window tint or window tint that's too dark outside of the statute? Probably. I've never dug into it deep enough to say that it does or doesn't, but I know that it does cover law enforcement and other things of that nature, as long as the vehicle is being used within the course of your duties. Cops are not exempt from having illegal tint on their personal vehicles. So throwing that out there, you know, he says your window tint looks a little dark, and in the video and in the comments they're like, it looks a little dark. Whoa, we got him there too. He's being a shady Gestapo. No, the way you pull over somebody for illegal window tint is you observe it and it looks too dark. That's how you stop someone for illegal window tint. Do you get better at it over the years as you get more experienced? Yes. You can pick out 5% from across the parking lot or two streets down. You can tell that the window tint's too dark as you get more experienced. Now, do you run into situations where you stop the car? Hey, I stopped you for your window tint. You put the tint meter on there and you find out it's legal tint. It can happen. Sure, absolutely. It's not never. But having said that, that's when you, again, go, I'm sorry, ma'am. Have a good day. Move along. My bad. And if she wants to call and complain, she can call and complain. It's not going to nothing's going to happen because you didn't do it with any malice. You didn't do it with any intent to do her wrong. And once you realize there was an error, you apologized and sent her on her way. You didn't hold her up any longer than you had to, and you didn't write her a ticket or anything like that, or try to start a problem and take her to jail. Sorry, ma'am. Have a good day. Another point that they keep jumping on in the comments and in the video is they keep honing in on the fact that she asked him why you ran the tag. And he said, oh, we just do that. Yeah. Cops do just do that. Because per case law, especially Florida, I can't speak for other places, but it's generally the same in most places. Per case law in Florida, because your license plate is clearly plastered by rule, because yes, driving is a privilege, not a right, because it's lawfully plastered on the back of your car per the rules and standards of the road, the traffic laws and everything in the state of Florida, there is no right to privacy when it comes to your license plate. There's nothing that says I could drive through a parking lot and run 45 tags and I don't have to have an excuse why. There's no right to privacy from police running. It's not a Fourth Amendment violation. Your tag is government property. You're paying the government to register that. It is what it is. You don't like it, don't drive. I even if I don't like it, don't drive. So running the tag is 100% acceptable. You could run her tag for no reason. Now, one thing that everybody likes to get into when it comes to this discussion is suspended driver's licenses. And that's a big thing where you find people that are not, you'll find offenses when you run people's tags and stuff that may not be primary offenses that you can stop them for. And, reasonably, you're going the same direction. You keep an eye on them. If they create a violation, they create a violation. But you don't go crazy going out of your way following them for 20 miles trying to find a violation. That's stupid. It's a waste of your time and everybody else's. But if you run the tag and the registered owner is suspended, case law originally said that is enough without a shadow of a doubt to just pull them over, because common sense says the registered owner is driving, right? A reasonable person would say that. Makes sense. So that was enough. So since then, they have challenged it, and courts have ruled that the police officer had to make a reasonable effort to try to identify the driver. So you can pull up next to them, look over, and if you compare their driver's license photo to them, and they're like, that's them, that right there enough is reason to stop the vehicle and verify that is in fact the driver, and then you can deal with them accordingly. There are situations like traffic and other things like that could prevent you from pulling up next to them and verifying it, and you do have the ability at that point to turn around, stop the vehicle, and as soon as you get up there and you see it's not the driver, you ain't got shit. You can't ask them for their driver's license. You can't ask them to step out of the car. You can't ask them you can ask them questions, but they don't have to answer you. But they have to be made aware that they're free to leave, because you have no reasonable suspicion or PC to keep them detained at that point. So this video is not the aha moment. And this is what irritates me, because I'm flipping through and it's another anti-cop like, oh, look at this stormtrooper out here screwing with the people. And this video ain't it. This video ain't the aha, I got you. This video is nothing. And when she did this, that bitch didn't get paid nothing. Guaranteed you. I can't find, I don't know her name. I can't find anything out about it. Honestly, I haven't dug in that far enough to see what the end result was because I don't need to. Everything that they did was 100% acceptable if you're a newer police officer and you're not trying to do anything shady or anything like that. But they cooperated with her questions and she wanted their contact information. The only thing I would have done differently, like I already said, is I wouldn't have even brought up the window tint if I didn't have a tint meter. I wouldn't have done that because that's stupid. Because yeah, you get experienced enough to where you can say it and you can show your track record of citations that you've written accurately, but at some point you're going to get beaten in court like that, and it's not even worth it. And as far as the tag, as soon as you call, like I'd call a supervisor on something like that. You get back to the car, call your supervisor, and when they go, nah, dummy, that's a government plate. Have a good day, ma'am. I apologize for wasting your time. Have a good day. This ain't an aha moment. She didn't get paid shit, guaranteed. Stop it.